Hey, what's up? This is Joshua. Welcome to the Daily Video Blog. You catch me in the midst of the Teach series, which is I guess a brain dump of trying to unload everything that I think I've discovered for myself in the last 8 years of teaching art and design classes. So today's video, the theme is this: act with agency. What I mean by that is don't assume that how to put this, because it sounds negative and I don't mean to, but don't assume that the course requirements are necessarily the right course of action. And what I mean by that is a lot of times you'll get an opportunity to teach a class, and on the face of it the class makes sense, and then you'll start reaching the things that are required of you to teach, and maybe they fall outside of your experience. Maybe you actually took this class in that form and thought that it was useless, and you had one of those classes where the entire class thought it was useless and it never sort of came into play. The thing that I would look to is to ask yourself, what do you wish that you would have gotten out of that class, and start to work from there so that you're still within the spirit of it, but like what I'm sort of advocating in these other talks about, these other videos about coming up with your own assignments or rethinking how things are done, you're looking at it critically and trying to understand it. I feel like most of the classes I ever had that seemed like a waste, the teacher didn't really seem sold on what they were assigning, and I questioned whether they believed there was any value in it, and that they were just in kind of status quo maintenance mode. So one of the things where you're really lucky if you do this is if you're teaching in a program you actually took as a student, so you understand where that course fits within the framework of things, and that gives you an opportunity to do things better, because you can think back to your own experience in the next class that comes within that sequence and ask yourself, what do I wish I knew when I went into this class? And if that's not an answer that you have, you can look at the general framework of those classes and ask that question, or you can just look at your own career. And this is where having a career is kind of a helpful advantage, because you can look back and say, at what point should I have learned a particular idea? Does that fit in with what you're doing? I think that when you do this, when you act with a degree of agency, when you ask sort of critical questions about what it is you're doing in that classroom, that what you'll find is that that gives you a kind of mission as a teacher, because at that point you're no longer just a person who has been assigned to teach a certain thing, and you're teaching it in the way that you were taught, or in the way that maybe you've given a syllabus. That happens a lot. They hand you a syllabus from another course, and that's the only thing that's worse than teaching your own stuff that you like, your own. That's the only thing that's worse than repeating exactly how you were taught, which is taking someone else's stuff. You have none of the insights. You've never critiqued those projects before. How can you possibly run with them? But what you can do is reverse engineer what you hope to get out of that class, and really come into it with a real sense of, this is what we're doing and this is why we're doing it. Pretty simple, short idea. I'm going to record a couple of these today since I missed this weekend. All right. Any questions or comments? Leave them. Bye.